Hey Cyclones fans, what's going on? So great to be with you. Johnny Gadamowitz joined now by Brooklyn first baseman Joe Suozzi. Joe, what's going on today? How are you?
All's good. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you taking the time here, Joe. So now let's talk about 2023 in Brooklyn. Obviously, here last year, you're back now. What's changed for you heading into this year as more of a leader on this squad?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely an older guy now, so when and I've been here for last year and the year before, parts of it. So when guys want to know where pizza places are, I'm the guy. But just around the ballpark, help guys out, get their bearings, especially when a new guy comes in. Like I've said, I've been around here for a while, so I kind of know what's going on.
Couple weeks into the season now, here we are. What are some of your early impressions of this year's group?
I think really good team, really talented team. So far, I think we haven't played to our full potential yet. Kind of just not clicking. Like at times the offense is going and the pitching's not going. Other times the pitching's going, the offense is going. And like a baseball season, it's a progression. So I think, right at the right time, it's going to get going. I think it's going to be pretty soon. Mentioned
off the top, I introduced you as a first baseman, but we've seen you a little bit everywhere. A little bit first, a little outfield, a little DHing. Is there a spot you kind of prefer to be defensively?
You know what? I grew up playing outfield, and I'm pretty comfortable there. Last year I started playing first base, and I'm finally becoming pretty comfortable there as well. So I really don't mind either way. It's a little shorter run to first base.
Yes, exactly.
Innings, so I don't mind that.
Let's rewind a little bit, going back to, I know obviously your Chaminade days in high school, Boston College days, obviously collegiately. What was sort of that timeline like for you? Because I know coming out of Chaminade, not really recruited all too much. So how was that college decision process, and how did it shape up?
Well, I wanted to go to Georgetown. I was going to try and walk on there. Well, first off, I was trying to get recruited at colleges, and I just couldn't at all. I went to showcases, and just no bites. I had one school in Canada, but I said I'm not going to go to Canada.
A little too chilly
for college. Yeah. So I was applying. I went to Chaminade, had a pretty good grade, so I applied to a bunch of schools around here, a bunch of Catholic schools, and Georgetown was my number one option. Sadly, I didn't get in. It's actually the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Went to BC. My dad went there just as a regular student, and Coach Gambino gave me the opportunity to walk on.
That's incredible. That's quite the story. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you walked on sophomore year at BC.
So I walked on my freshman year.
Okay.
I tried to walk on my freshman year.
Okay.
Practiced with the team in the fall, but there just weren't enough spots for me.
Gotcha.
So I was a regular student that year.
Okay.
And then my sophomore year, I made the team.
Was there a point in time at all during that process where you weren't really sure what your future in baseball held, or were you adamant that spot was indeed going to open up for you?
No, for a majority of the time, I did not think that it was going to go well. My freshman year, I had a pretty good tryout, but like I said, there weren't any spots on the team. And then my sophomore year, I actually dislocated my shoulder sliding to third base when I was in fall practice, not on the team yet. And I thought that it was all over. I was really upset about that. And thankfully, Coach Gambino stayed with me, and he gave me a spot on the team, even though I was going to be injured for a couple months now.
Right, there you go.
I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. What'd you learn the most about yourself during your days in Chestnut Hill?
I don't know a lot about myself, but just keep going, just keep showing up, and keep working hard. My dad always said to me, work hard and stick to your values. Things will work out, and that really came true when I saw it to be true my time at BC.
Do you get to see a lot of familiar faces here now in pro ball, whether it be fellow Boston College Eagles, other guys around the ACC, obviously Kevin Parada, Georgia Tech? What have those relationships been like carrying over now into the minors?
Really, really cool to see guys that you played with. I have a bunch of friends at BC that also went on to play pro ball. Sal Frelick, Cody Morissette, two that come to mind. We work out in the offseason together, and then we kind of check up on each other during the season. Also, another cool one on Aberdeen this week. Their assistant coach was my volunteer assistant when I was at BC trying to walk on.
Okay.
So that's a really cool thing for me to see. We kind of he started his coaching career. I started my playing career in college with him, and now we're playing here together.
Small world, to say the
really
least.
Cool. Yeah. Really cool.
So let's rewind even a little further back now. Growing up, obviously from the area, from Glen Cove in Nassau County, you grew up a Mets fan. I know that. My question is, when you were growing up as a youngster, did you make it out to any Brooklyn Cyclones games?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Stuck to the big leagues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a particular couple of memories that come to mind as far as attending games, whether it be Shea Stadium, Citi Field?
So I was very lucky growing up. I went to a lot of really big Met games with my dad.
Okay.
We almost went to almost every opening day together. I was at Andy Chavez's catch.
No way.
And my dad was actually getting lemonade for me, so he missed the catch, I think. But went to the last game at Shea Stadium, first game at Citi Field, bunch of the playoff games. Went to the World Series games, so really lucky. A lot of great memories, and fell in love with baseball watching the Mets.
I'm sure he doesn't let you forget missing the Andy Chavez catch if he was getting a lemonade or an ice cream or what have you. That's great. Is there a particular player looking at the pro level that you look up to, try to model your game after per se, or is it just Joe Suozzi baseball? I
try and be my own player, but Newell over here, he coached DJ LeMahieu growing up, and I love him. I think he's a great player, great hitter, and Newell knows him, so I like following him.
What is it about DJ's game that strikes you?
I like how he's just a great hitter. He's a really great hitter. He goes the other way, uses the whole field, and doesn't try and do too much.
Awesome. As far as the baseball on the field here in 2023, what are maybe one or two things you're specifically really trying to key in on for yourself moving forward?
Just sticking to my process, staying level, having fun, enjoying my time out here.
Having fun, enjoying his time. There you have it. That's Joe Suozzi. Joe, thanks so much for taking the time today.
Really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, Cyclones fans. We'll catch you next time.